Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Monday, 6th of October 2025. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. This week is going to be one of the most challenging weeks for the Bulls. The Bulls struggled for quite some time. Last 2 days in the last week has been good. But today, the challenge is, I would say, one of the really toughest challenges because the IPO season is on and it's big. This week is probably the biggest ever. Right now, we have the Tata IPO, which is about 15,500 crores, which is opening today and closing day after tomorrow. Then you have LG Electronics, which is opening tomorrow, and that's about 11,600 crores. Then you have Rubicon Research, which is coming with 1,377 crores, which is on October 9th. WeWork Management, which has opened its IPO on October 3rd, is closing on 7th. That's about 3,000 crores. Canara Bank HSB Life Insurance IPO is opening on 10th, which is on Friday. So I would say about 30,000 crores minimum. We do not know the size of Canara Bank HSBC Life Insurance IPO. It could be maybe 5,000, 10,000. I don't know. But excluding that is more than 30,000 crores. So that is the kind of money which is going to get sucked out. The mutual funds would have already made allotments or allocations, but I'm not sure whether what happens to the ultra high net worth individuals, the third force, as I call, and corporate bodies who may want to invest in these IPOs. So it is a challenge. If the bulls surmount this challenge successfully by the end of this week, then I think we will have a rip roaring rally following in the following weeks of October. Now, what has happened is there is also the 900 crore block deal is there in AB Lifestyle being sold by Flipkart, and we get news from sources which say Reliance is said to be holding talks with banks for Reliance Geo IPO, which is supposed to be the record. And I believe the investment bankers will be selected by November, and we should have it by the end of this financial year. The IPO should come. So we don't know, it may come even in December. But the number of IPOs and the magnitude of the IPOs is something record breaking. So one has to really brace up to that. Let's see what Nifty, what Indian markets did. Indian markets went up last week, if you say, close to 1%. But we were nowhere in comparison to the Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and S&P. All of them went above 1%. The best, of course, was Kospi at close to 5%. European markets all went up more than 2%. Nikkei was lower than us, is 0.9. But today they have got 1,100 point rally, and that should the 4% rally, and that I will put it up front. So what did the FIs and the DIs do on Friday? The FIs continued to sell at around 1,600 crores. DIs bought only 490 crores. So that was very, very low. Last week, we had Tata Motors doing very well, autos doing very well, and we also had metals doing very well. Metals incidentally hit a all-time high on Friday, and nobody seems to have noticed as far as the metal index is concerned. However, the components did very well, and a lot of people must have made a lot of money. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, the weekly video, that we are heavily entrenched into both precious metals as well as base metals. PSU banks also were the star of the week. They did very well and closed at its highest level in 8 weeks. And even IT, which is Lagarde, rose last week by about 1%. Pharma, realty, everything was good. And what else? Dow Jones gained on Friday 238 points. S&P ended flat. Nasdaq actually came down to minus 0.3%, and the European markets that day were flat, virtually slightly higher on the FTSE. And Nikkei, as I said, they have a new prime minister. The new prime minister looks like a person who is focusing more on pushing money into the market. So you'll see something like a quantitative easing coming into the Japanese market sooner than later. And Japanese yields will shoot up now because you see now free money is going to make a comeback. So free money there, free money from the US, free money from Europe will have a big Santa Claus rally, or at least they are there to make a big Santa Claus rally leading up to the end of the year. This quarter should be very good. What indications we have today? I do not know how much India will participate. I always thought India will at least participate to some extent. That is why I had kept some hopes of a new high and even going to 28,000, and maybe next year all of them will fall, say maybe in the first quarter of 2026, calendar year 2026. But we don't know why. We know why India is not really participating. Every level, people come to sell, and they're big sellers. Now IPO is going to suck money out. So we have a grim battle. Bulls really have a grim battle. We need to be cautious, but we can be bullish. We need not be bearish at this point of time, unless this week the market collapses based on the weight of the IPOs. So gold hit record highs. Silver has again bounced back to 14-year highs. So slowly and steadily, gold is moving towards the 5,000 number, and silver will move is moving closer to the 50 number. As I mentioned yesterday, I don't care too much about these numbers, round numbers, so long as the sovereigns are buying. We know high is too high, so till they stop buying, then no low is too low. So I think one should ride with the trend rather than worrying about when it will turn down, or is it too high. Will it reach 5,000? Will it reach 4,000? Those are all academic numbers, especially when the buyers are extremely strong. Dollar index was steady at 97.8. Oil slightly gone up because the quotas of OPEC seem to have been reduced vis-a-vis what the expectations were. So that is an interesting thing to watch. Now, quarterly updates came, and the NBFCs have done well. L&T Finance, fantastic numbers. Results will come, of course, later, but the update, the earnings report card, or what we call the business update, has come. L&T Finance has done well. Bajaj Finance has done well. HDFC Bank has not done that great. Banks have not done that great, excepting Kotak. Kotak has done extraordinarily well. Kotak should be in focus. NBFC should be in focus. Like L&T Finance is one, and I said as Bajaj Finance another one. RBL Bank and AU Small Finance have not done badly. In fact, AU Small Finance Bank has done really good. Their deposits have gone up by 21%. Advances have gone up by 22%. It's good. CASA ratio is also good. So AU Small Finance looks very interesting. RBL Bank is steady, nothing great. Equitas Small Financial Bank also is steady. Vedanta came up with the results, with their update. Not great, but I think as far as their zinc is concerned, the metal production is the highest ever in any quarter two, apparently. So that is good there. Shoba has the quarterly update is very good. They have gone up. Their sales has gone up by 61% year on year. It's outstanding. Average realization has gone up by 8% in a which is struggling as far as selling across the board flats. Only the premium flats are going up, but Shoba has done extremely well. IDBI Bank also has done not bad. In fact, everything as far as the financial sector is good. So Bank Nifty may be under focus. And Lupin has got, there was an inspection conducted, and they have got some Form 483, 4 observations. So that may be under pressure. Panacea Biotech has got some LOA from UNICEF for about a vaccine for about 300 crores. So that may also be under focus. So all in all, it will be an exciting week, a daunting week for the bulls, a challenging week. Only at the end of the week, we will know whether the bulls are standing or they have succumbed. So we are cautious. Today is a free day where I show my trades. We will continue to be bullish. We will buy on decline. We will look at financials more than others, and metals, of course. So whatever you do today, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.